Welcome back, Nation of Glory. Today, we bring you a story that shines differently. It is not only a tale of lights and cameras, of championships and arenas. It is a journey of a woman who carved a path in a world where strength isn't measured only by muscles, but by heart, resilience, self-belief, reinvention, and the courage to rise again and again. This is the story of Taryn Nicole Dryden, a woman many wrestling fans remember as Tiffany in WWE, but whose life extends far beyond the ropes and far beyond the spotlight of squared circles. This is not just a wrestling story. This is a story of evolution, passion, hard choices, growth, and rebirth. The life of a woman who refused to let her identity be limited to one chapter, no matter how bright or stormy that chapter was. Many know her as a model, many as a wrestler, some as a stuntwoman, actress, and fitness inspiration. But above all of that, she stands today as a symbol of strength, not because she never fell, but because she learned to rise, reinvent, and reclaim herself. Born in the United States with a spark of ambition that could not be contained, young Taryn Dryden did not grow up in a wrestling ring, and she did not begin as a fighter in the physical sense. But she always had fight, a deep, inner fire that whispered, "There is more for you out there." She walked into the modeling world with confidence and grace, stunning audiences with her presence and charisma. She wasn't simply someone placed in front of cameras, she brought emotion into every lens that pointed her way. And talent like that doesn't hide. Talent like that demands evolution. As she stepped into acting and later the intense world of stunt performance, something became clear: this woman was not built for comfort zones. She chased challenge. She chased experience. She chased the feeling of conquering what others believed was not for her. But her biggest leap was yet to come. A leap that would take her from runways and film sets to rings, ropes, and roaring crowds. Enter professional wrestling, a world that demands heart, pain tolerance, charisma, grit, and the willingness to fall before you learn to fly. Many wrestlers start at a very young age dreaming of this life. For Taryn, the dream arrived later, as if destiny tapped her shoulder and whispered, "It's your turn now." She trained, she sacrificed, she bruised, she learned, and she embraced a world filled with intense physical demands and emotional battles. Wrestling is not for the fragile, externally or internally. And she proved she was neither. Her first major exposure came in total non-stop action wrestling, TNA, performing under her real name, Taryn Terrell. There, she stepped in with fire in her heart and determination in her eyes. The fans saw more than beauty, they saw a competitor. A woman who wasn't trying to fit into wrestling, she was trying to break into it, reshape it, and show that resilience wears many faces. That a woman can be glamorous and fierce, soft-spoken and steel-willed, elegant and violent in the ring. She became a part of a generation where women's wrestling began demanding respect, not as a side attraction, but as a main event presence. Then came the chapter that millions remember. WWE. And with that chapter, a new identity, Tiffany. Suddenly, the world's largest wrestling stage belonged to her. The lights brighter than ever, the expectations higher, the pressure heavier. And once again, she embraced the storm. She took on the microphone, the ring, and the audience all at once. She didn't walk into WWE hoping to be accepted, she walked in determined to belong. And she did. Fans remember her bubbly, confident personality, the energy she brought to every appearance, and the progress she made with each match. Wrestling on. That stage is not only about skill, it is about holding millions of eyes at once. It is about performing through exhaustion, hiding pain behind smiles, keeping your composure even when life outside the ring tears at you. It is about knowing that the world will judge every move, every word, every mistake, and still saying, "I am here. I am enough. Watch me grow." Taryn lived that. She battled, she improved, she connected. And like every chapter of her life, she refused to simply exist, she aimed to grow into her best version. But life is not a smooth highway. Sometimes storms arrive not to destroy us, but to force us to change direction. And WWE was a chapter that came with its own storms. Personal challenges, controversies, emotional struggles, moments where life pushed her to the edge, to question her identity, her choices, and her place in the world. Many people, when they face criticism, adversity, or public pressure, collapse internally. They fade. But Taryn Dryden did what fighters do. She took responsibility, stepped back, healed, and rebuilt herself. She left the chaos, not defeated but determined to reinvent. And reinvention, true reinvention, is something only the strongest souls are capable of. It means letting go of ego, stepping away from applause, confronting your truth, and deciding that your story is not over. That you, not the world, will decide who you are. Outside the ring, Taryn found new chapters waiting, new passions rising. She returned to modeling, embraced acting, took on the physically demanding world of stunt work. Do you know what kind of courage that takes? To say, "I will start again. I will rebuild." To walk back into industries where your past follows you. To refuse to let one chapter define your book. This is a woman who proves something powerful. Life is not about how many times you shine. It is about how many times you can start shining again after darkness tries to swallow you. In TNA, she would later return and show a version of herself many fans consider legendary, fierce, aggressive, fearless. Her matches with Gail Kim are still spoken about by wrestling fans with respect. Those battles weren't just wrestling matches, they were proof. Proof that she was not done. Proof that she could take every scar, every criticism, every doubt, every fall, and turn them into fuel. That chapter cemented her as a legitimate warrior in the ring. Her run became a testament to growth, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. She showed fire, passion, aggression, storytelling, everything a wrestler dreams of delivering. Then life shifted again, but this time, not from chaos, from love, motherhood, peace, and personal fulfillment beyond the spotlight. Stepping back from wrestling was not quitting, it was evolving. Some people believe strength is only seen in fighting. But sometimes, the greatest strength is in knowing when to walk away, when a chapter has been honored, when your next purpose is calling. She embraced family life. She embraced balance. She embraced health and joy. The spotlight dimmed, not because she failed, but because she chose a different light, one that glows inside the heart rather than on the stage. Today, when people see Taryn Nicole Dryden, they see a woman who lived many lives inside one body: model, wrestler, ring announcer, actress, stuntwoman, fighter, mother, creator, and survivor of her own storms. She doesn't sit as a faded star. She stands as a glowing soul who learned that success is not only applause, success is peace. Success is evolution. Success is waking up proud of who you are today, not just who you were yesterday. And yet, the most beautiful part of her story is this. She remains a symbol of possibility. A reminder to every young dreamer, especially young women, that your path is your own, that society cannot cage your destiny, that you do not need permission to reinvent yourself. That you can be glamorous and powerful. That you can fall and rise. That you can survive judgment and still shine. That you can celebrate your past but not be trapped by it. Her journey tells us, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave enough to grow. And somewhere, right now, someone watching this needed that reminder. Someone needed to know that mistakes don't kill dreams, giving up does. That reinvention is possible, that you are allowed to change direction. That strength doesn't always roar, sometimes it whispers, try again. Taryn Nicole Dryden did not just entertain fans, she inspired life. She proved that every chapter has a lesson, every fall has a rise, every end makes room for a new beginning. And wherever life takes her next, one truth remains: she is proof that champions exist in many forms. Some hold belts, and some hold strength, self-respect, and the courage to be more than what the world expects. So here's to Taryn, not just the wrestler, not just Tiffany, not just the model or actress, but the human being who chose her happiness, her peace, and her continuous evolution. That is glory. That is power. That is legacy. Thank you for watching, Nation of Glory. If this emotional story inspired you, if it reminded you to rise, to evolve, to believe in your journey, then honor this story. Hit that like button to support the channel, subscribe for more powerful journeys, and share this video with someone who needs motivation, someone who needs to believe in new beginnings, someone who needs to know that strength comes in many beautiful forms. Until next time, stay proud, stay strong, stay evolving, and keep chasing your glory. Nation of Glory, signing out.